Tyabb traffic, Cessna 172, Lima, Sierra Papa, entering and rolling runway 35 for a downwind departure to the south. Tyabb. If I was at Moorabbin, I'd be calling for a clearance to take off and they'd say clear to take off, so. Nice and skinny, this runway.
Yeah.
Okay, so go to full power, feed off the brakes. Going to lift off at about 65 knots.
Sure.
So my airspeed's alive. My oil temperatures and pressures are good. That's 50 knots. At 60, I could go up just a little bit more, 65, so that's where I said we were going to take off.
Yep.
Okay, my best rate of climb is about 80 knots, so that's what I'm going to aim for.
Sure.
And our turns are at 500 feet increments, depending on where you are, because, you know, sometimes there's power lines or a bloody school or something like that. So 400 feet, my landing light goes off. Nice smooth day today.
Yeah.
500 feet, I'm going to turn right. Now I don't turn right. A normal turn right is 30 degrees, which is that line. In a climb, if you did a 30-degree turn, the aerodynamics try to roll you further, so 15 degrees is enough. So I want to come around to about east on this. Tyabb traffic, Cessna 172, Lima, Sierra Papa, departing on downwind, runway 35, Tyabb. And we'll lower the nose and we'll stay at 1500 feet. So I want the speed to come up because I've been in a climb, so I stick it at full power. It's not going to redline me until I leave it there for a while, get up to 100 knots or so and trim it for level flight. So I'm going to listen to Melbourne Centre now. Could you just tell me what the letters are? That's Romeo 323 Alpha.
Yep.
Melbourne Centre, Lima Sierra Papa, request.
Lima Sierra Papa, Melbourne Centre, go ahead.
Lima Sierra Papa, request the status of Romeo 323 Alpha.
Lima Sierra Papa, the received area Romeo 323 Alpha is deactive, no clearance is required.
Thank you, Lima Sierra Papa. That's okay. So there's Phillip Island down there.
Yep.
This should say where we are, somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, so we're heading off our track. Doesn't really matter. I mean, we're just up here to play. Yeah, that's Cerberus there. So we're just heading into, we're heading towards that Romeo 323 Alpha.
Which I can see now.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun out there.
Delta November Sierra ready.
Delta November Sierra, reach your flight, go ahead.
Yeah, Delta November Sierra is ops normal, call again, time 30.
Okay, so that's Phillip Island down there.
Delta November Sierra.
That's French Island. See there's a submarine in the water down there?
Yeah, no, I know the submarine.
So this is Western Port Bay, that's Port Phillip Bay.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is go down to that cape down there.
Yep.
And then run along the surf coast and get close enough to Port Phillip Heads and then come back up the Bay Coast. And we might come down to 500 feet over there, it's nice and flat.
Awesome.
So that's Cerberus. I was out here a few weeks ago in a formation flight. I don't fly formation, but I was the observer.
Sure.
With 8 warriors. And in an aeroplane you always fly pilot left seat, but the girl that was flying the formation is only trained to fly from the right seat for some reason, so I was in the left-hand seat, which was really weird being a passenger.
Yeah.
But they had a passing out parade here.
Oh, right.
So we did a bypass because the club I belong to is the Royal Vic Aero Club.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they do all of the, you know, Anzac Day and Remembrance Day, all those sorts of things.
Yep.
The one thing that you realise after getting a licence is that there's a world out there. While you're doing all the training, all you're doing is going, mate, fly the plane, you know. So when we get down far enough to come back again, we'll do a direct 2 on this thing. So we're just coming down at 500 feet a minute. And we'll just get off the coast by Now a couple of 100 metres, run along there at 500 feet for a little while.
Cool.
And climb back up and come back up the Bay Coast.
It's another golf course.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Golf course city along here.
Yeah.
Actually feels like there's a bit of a northerly here. It feels like we're going nose right a little bit.
Oh, yep. Oh, there's some property down here.
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Gee.
What's the 1321 leaving flight level 380? What's the 1321?
So I don't know whether you remember when we were turning left and right on the ground, I was going, that goes right, that stays level.
Yep.
So if the plane feels like it's going one way, but we're actually level with the horizon, this will tell me. So,
Yes.
and it's got a little balance ball in the middle. So if the balance ball's in the middle, everything's coordinated. But if I push the nose left, it'll think we're going left and the balance ball will come out to the right.
Yep.
But we're still level.
Yes. Oh, this coast is awesome, eh?
That's great, isn't it?
Station's Melbourne, information now Victor. The only change, temperature's now 27. It's Victor at Melbourne.
So see, there is a long beach up here that's sort of uninterrupted.
Yes.
We'll get to the far end of that long beach. I'll do a climb as we go along that beach, and then we'll turn right, and then we'll come back along the coast on the other side.
Okay.
The only reason I'm climbing is just that 1,000 foot over built-up areas, so I'll just climb up to 1,000.
1014 velocity 1321.
Some of this stuff along here, I can't remember exactly what it is, but there's a place called London Bridge, which is when I was hang gliding in my mad youth, was the first thing I jumped off.
Oh, right.
And it's kind of the sort of thing that if you were a hang glider, you'd have to have about 10 years experience before you did it, and I did it first up. Crashed.
But enjoyed yourself.
Had a great time. All right, we'll go up. Climb's always full power. So see ahead where the land sticks out the most, there's a near point and a far point.
Yes.
From what I have remembered down here, the near point is where I've got that turning point.
Yep.
And on the far side of it is the Mornington Yacht Club. So I want to turn inland there. So I'm going to go back up to 1,500 feet.
Okay.
Tyabb traffic, Lima Sierra Papa, turning downwind, runway 35, Tyabb. You don't have to keep saying Cessna 172. If they don't know what I am now, they should go home. And you turn before, you call before you turn. Well, you should. Just because when you're in level flight, they can hear you, but they can't see you. When you dip the wing, you're a much bigger object, so they get a bit of a gotcha.
Oh, yep. There's the runway.
Yep, birds ahead. 80 knots. We're still a fair way out. 800 feet.
Tyabb, this is Kilo Mike Yankee. The Trinidad's inbound from the south. This is the 172, missed a call on the circuit. Just your position in the circuit. We'll try and do a 5 mile final on 35 and not disturb your certain circuit pattern if it's possible.
Lima Sierra Papa is turning final right now. Tyabb.
And you continuing with circuit?
Negative, full stop.
Okay, copy that. Station is Tyabb, Kilo Mike Yankee, establishing a 5 mile final, full stop, runway 35, copy the preceding traffic.
70 knots, 700 feet. I've got 2 stages of flap on. 600 feet. $75. Final stage of flap, that's all drag. You can feel it lift. 75 knots. A little bit of crosswind from the right, see the nose is off to the right a little bit.
Yep. Ties in with the cones.
So I've got a little bit of left rudder. 70 knots. Bit of sink. 70. $70. 70. 65. On the brakes.
Quickly done.
That was nice, smooth landing, that one.
There's a few birds with a bit of a death wish though.
Yeah, I've got a big mincer on the front.
Yeah, I reckon.